Hollywood, where movie and TV stars are made. Well, were made. But has there ever been a bus that became famous by Tinseltown, which appeared in dozens of film and TV shows over a span of at least 6 decades? Yes, there is. In the late 1940s, ACF-Brill introduced their glitzy new Intercity bus, and it was the bus of choice of the entertainment industry. And sometimes still is. This is the story of the ACF-Brill IC-41, the movie and TV star bus. Hi, this is Jeffrey. Now the question of the day is, has there ever been a bus that has been a famous movie or television star? Now I'm not talking about a one-time event such as Cyclops from The Big Bus. No, what I'm talking about is a bus that has starred in dozens and dozens of movie and TV productions over the course of, let's say, 6 decades. The answer to that is yes. In 1946, ACF-Brill introduced their IC or Intercity 41. Since its introduction, it has become the bus of choice of movie and TV producers for movies or TV shows of a certain time period. It's a really fascinating story, so let's get started in learning about the ACF-Brill IC-41 Intercity bus. Have you ever seen this beautiful, somewhat bulbous, Art Deco-inspired styled bus before? In an old classic movie or TV show, perhaps? Believe it or not, this bus has appeared in at least 60 movie and television productions. But for the moment, let's look at some history before stardom. In 1925, American Car and Foundry, also known as ACF, a large producer of railway cars, bought both the Brill Company of Philadelphia, another rail car manufacturer, and the Fagiel Motors Company of Ohio in order to diversify into the manufacture of road transit vehicles. Beginning in 1947, a range of city buses with underfloor Hall-Scott engines was introduced. These buses were marketed under the name ACF-Brill. In 1948, smaller transit buses were offered with rear-mounted international gas engines. These were called Brills to differentiate them from the Hall-Scott group. But what about longer distance buses? Would ACF-Brill compete in that market as well? In the early post-war era, the GM Silversides were top-selling intercity buses. But coming in second place in sales and perhaps first place in glamorous and glitzy looks would be an intercity bus created by ACF-Brill. And so, what would this exquisite new bus that was introduced in 1946 be? It was the ACF-Brill Intercity Model 41, also known as the IC-41. The IC-41 was ACF-Brill's best-selling intercity bus in the late 1940s, and fleets of them were acquired by Greyhound, Trailways, and many smaller-scale bus companies. The engine was mid-body mounted under the floor. The IC-41's layout was also unusual. Its entrance door was placed behind the front axle. This configuration resulted in having a so-called bus fanning passenger seat on the front right side, preceding the front door and straight across from the driver's cabin. The IC-41's design remained mostly consistent throughout its 8-year production run. However, there were a few changes. In 1949, the headlights were lowered and merged with the front fenders to some degree. Later buses sported a full-width front grille, replacing smaller grilles of at least 2 different designs. But what made this intercity bus mechanically exceptional, and what finally led to its defeat, was its engine, the awesome Hall-Scott Model 190. ACF acquired Hall-Scott in 1925 and installed its powerful engines in many of its vehicles. With this engine, these buses could attain top speeds above anything else and were much faster than the 6-71 diesel-engined GM Silversides. Now, let's take a look at some of the basic specifications of the ACF-Brill IC-41. Number 1, length is 35 feet. Number 2, width is 96 inches. Number 3, height is 11 feet. Number 4, weight is about 21,000 pounds. Number 5, passenger capacity is generally 41, hence its model number. Number 6, engine is the 779 cubic inch 6-cylinder Hall-Scott 190 of 240 horsepower and 600 pound-foot of up to 1000 RPM. And finally, number 7, top speed is 80 miles per hour. But its incredibly powerful yet thirsty engine would be the IC-41's undoing. Ron McClellan, who was an executive at Trailways, explains why.
Speed is of course important, but making money is everything in the intercity bus business. Averaging 2 to 3 miles per gallon compared to 6 to 8 mpg for the General Motors 6-71 engine, the ACF-Brill IC-41 simply could not compete. They quickly lost market share as GM dominated more and more of the intercity bus market. Then the GMPD 4104 coach arrived, a revolutionary breakthrough over older buses such as the IC-41. Financially in the red, the consolidated Vultee Aircraft Corporation, who owned a controlling interest in ACF-Brill, decided to end the manufacture of buses in 1954.
As alluded to at the beginning, the IC-41 appears to have often been the bus of choice in Hollywood and similar film productions. Just a few of its famous appearances, according to imcdb.org, would be the following. 1949's Thieves' Highway with Richard Conte and Valentina Cortese. 1955's Violent Saturday with Victor Mature and Richard Egan. 1956's Bus Stop with Marilyn Monroe. 1964's What a Way to Go with Shirley MacLaine and Paul Newman. 2003's The Singing Detective with Robert Downey Jr., Mel Gibson, and Katie Holmes. And the Mad Men TV series airing from 2007 to 2015. With more than 60 motion picture and TV credits, the ACF-Brill IC-41 would become one of the most recognizably famous buses of its time, possibly of all time. And so, without doubt, the ACF-Brill Intercity 41 was truly the bus of the stars. And so there it is, the story of the ACF-Brill IC-41, the bus that starred in at least 60 movie and television productions over a span of at least 6 decades, and probably more than that in the future. Now, even though ACF-Brill stopped building buses in the mid-1950s, it would be interesting to speculate what an ACF-Brill bus would have been like if they continued production into, let's say, the late 1960s. So if you have any ideas, just let us know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at the ACF-Brill IC-41. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.